Please remain standing and join Dr. David Quist in the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You may be seated. Good morning. My name is Dr. Kevin Cunningham, and I'm the Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs here at Palmer College. It is my distinct honor to be the Master of Ceremony on this very, very special day. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor the forefathers of chiropractic and the passing of members of our profession. Thank you. Distinguished platform members, today's speaker, Dr. Barry McAlpine, candidates for the degree, members of the faculty, administration, and staff, and supporters and families and friends of today's graduates. Welcome to today's commencement ceremonies as we mark the entrance of these outstanding men and women into the profession as Palmer graduates. And welcome to Palmer College, where it all started, the fountainhead of the profession. The college represents our profession's rich heritage and its strong future. We would like to acknowledge those present who have served our country. Would all veterans or active duty military in attendance please stand for due recognition. I'm not supposed to ad-lib, but that's certainly one of my favorite parts of the ceremony. Today we are here to celebrate the commitment, dedication, outstanding achievements, and certain future contributions of the 57 talented men and women seated in the center of this famed hall. Drawn together by the educational experience they have nearly completed, the students seated before you started their journey as a diverse collection of individuals. In fact, the flags here on stage represent the many states and countries they hail from. As it has for well over a century, Palmer College continues to attract students seeking the best chiropractic education in the world. In turn, our community is enriched by their diversity of talent, tradition, and culture. As we call candidates to the stage to receive their degrees, there are several protocols that I would like to mention. During today's ceremony, we will be granting two different degrees, Bachelor of Science and the Doctor of Chiropractic. Palmer College celebrates its extensive alumni and specifically the legacy of chiropractic that exists within some families by encouraging candidates to be accompanied to the stage by a member who is also an alumnus of Palmer College. Graduates, remember, we are not assembled here today to celebrate the end of the program. We are here for the commencement or the beginning. Palmer and your experiences and mentors before have prepared you well. You have entered to learn. Now it is time to go forth and serve. Now let's begin the ceremony. Today's commencement speaker, Dr. Barry McAlpine, graduated from Palmer College in 1971, then returned to Michigan where he practiced for over 4 decades. Over his successful career, he has supported Palmer College in various roles, including serving on the Palmer Board of Trustees for 13 years. While on the Board of Trustees, he was named a Fellow in the Palmer Academy of Chiropractic in 2010, one of the most prestigious honors bestowed by the college on an individual. Prior to enrolling at Palmer, Dr. McAlpine served as a member of the United States Army in the Vietnam War from 1966 to 1967. During his service in Vietnam, he was awarded 2 Silver Stars for gallantry in action, a Bronze Star for valor in action, 3 Purple Hearts for being wounded in action, and an Air Medal with 2 oak leaf clusters. Dr. McAlpine received numerous awards outside of his military service. He became a Distinguished Fellow of the International Chiropractic Association in 1988, was named Chiropractor of the Year in 1992 by the Michigan Chiropractic Society, and was named a Fellow of the International College of Chiropractic in 1993. That's quite an accomplishment. Active in his profession and community, Dr. McAlpine has held a number of offices from many different organizations, including serving as the Vice Chairman and Chairman of the American Red Cross, the Ottawa County Chapter, Co-Chairman of the Legislative Committee and of the International Chiropractic Association, Chairman of Conventions of the Michigan Chiropractic Society and the International Chiropractic Association, Co-Chairman of the Veterans Affairs Committee of the American Chiropractic Association. He was also appointed by the governor to the Michigan Health Occupation Council and serving again on our Board of Trustees for 13 years. Dr. McAlpine shares his Palmer chiropractic legacy with his children, Dr. Ann McAlpine and Dr. Brad B.J. McAlpine, both practicing in Michigan. Please join me in welcoming my friend, our commencement speaker, Dr. Barry McAlpine.
Chancellor Marchiori, college trustees, faculty, administrators, candidates, and your family members and friends. That was a unnecessary introduction, but you too will have opportunities to serve. I say get ready. So I'm honored to give the convocation address today. Now, this is a high honor for me for a couple of reasons. First, Palmer invented chiropractic. That's a big deal. Palmer is the oldest and largest chiropractic college in the world. Palmer College has developed chiropractic into the world's largest licensed natural healing art. Palmer College has more alumni than any other chiropractic in the world. There are 31,000 alumni. Fully 1/3 of the practicing chiropractors in the world are Palmer alumni. 90% of all the research in chiropractic goes through Palmer College. Now that's a big deal, guys. Now, in addition, it's because I had the privilege of graduating from Palmer College. And ever since, it's been obviously a major part of my life. You know, time has a way of moving quickly and catching you unaware as these years pass by. It seems like yesterday I was sitting in your seats 26 years old, 1971, graduating from Palmer and saying my goodbyes, such as you folks are doing now. It's the nature of life to have to say goodbye to the people, the places, institutions, the experiences that you've had and that you've all loved. And it's rarely easy, as you're about to know. But here we are. Now, however, you must remember to take comfort knowing that at the end of each parting is a new beginning. Yes, it seems like eons ago when I was walking across the stage and accepting my degree from Dr. David Palmer. I wonder where all that time went. But hey, I know I lived every year, and I lived them with zest. In most of the last century, these graduations were given at West Hall. And I remember walking across the stage, getting my diploma from Dr. David Palmer, because we didn't have a facility like this. This building used to be a Masonic temple, as you know, and B.J. Palmer was a member. And there's still a lot of chiropractic traditions that you can see in the cabinets around here, and chiropractic oozes from those granite stairs. It's a great facility. However, I think maybe Abraham Lincoln rode in that elevator I just rode in. So candidates, here you are. You trusted Palmer for your chiropractic education. You could have gone elsewhere, but Innate sent you here. Now here's the deal. Yesterday is obviously history, and tomorrow is a mystery. This graduation is not the end. I'll tell you, it's the end of the beginning. That's about it. However, you're knocking on the door. Soon you will sing your song. And in a few minutes, you'll be moving your tassel from one side to the other of your cap. And you will then become Palmer graduates. As Palmer alumni, you will have a very important role in our profession. You'll be standing on the shoulders of those who have gone above you. You are the future leaders of our profession, and through that leadership and through your philanthropy and your service to others, you will be, and referral of students to Palmer College, you'll be inspiring the next generation of chiropractors. You have a rendezvous with destiny. The good news is you can help shape your own destiny. You have been trained and tested like no others. You have been given the tools to become a successful doctor of chiropractic. There are people waiting for you. Tools such as your hands. Have you ever taken a few moments to seriously look at your hands? I mean, seriously. Just think about how important your hands have been to you, and now starting to realize how important your hands have become to you as you move forward as a doctor of chiropractic. Let's take a look at your hands. Come on. Not too fast, you guys. I know you were out late last night. It'll work out. It's your hands. Now, palms up, palms down. Do you wish they could talk? I believe my hands can talk. And stop. Stop and think for a moment about the hands you have, and they have served you well throughout your years. Your hands have a rich history. But let me tell you about my hands and the stories they can tell. These hands are 77 years old. They started out before I was born. You know, in that primitive streak, you know what I mean? Now these hands, though not as strong as they once were, they're a little wrinkled, and they've been the tools I have used all my life to reach out and grab and embrace life. As a toddler, my hands caught my falls before I crashed. They put food in my mouth and clothes on my back. Hey, they tied my shoes, pulled up my boots. And as a child, my mother taught me how to fold my hands in prayer. As I grew up on a family farm, my hands held the tools, drove the tractor, threw the bales of hay, milked the cows. They've been dirty and scraped and raw. They've been swollen and bent, and on a couple of occasions broken. When I went off to war in Vietnam, they were strong, and sure as they held my AR-15, threw grenades, and led men through some pretty tough situations. But after Vietnam, my Palmer College here taught these hands how to be a very good clinical chiropractor. These hands worked long hours. Long hours, guys. And through the grace of God, developed a strong practice. These hands got a little nervous when I delivered my 6 children at home. My hands got cold as ice as I taught my children how to snow ski downhill. These hands have held children, consoled neighbors and friends. They've taken lives and they've saved lives. And clenched in anger when I couldn't understand. Now these hands have covered my face, they've brushed my hair, and they've cleansed the rest of my body. In my chiropractic life, these hands have greeted thousands and thousands of new patients. They've done musculoskeletal exams. They've done neurological exams. They've taken x-rays. And after 48 years of practice, these hands have given approximately 500,000 adjustments. Now, can you imagine that? 500,000 adjustments. There's got to be some life-changing stories there, Claire. Oh yes, these hands have been sticky and wet, dirty and blistered, dried and raw, bent and broken. But most importantly, these hands have been healing hands. And get this, you too have similar hands. So, don't sit on them. Make them work. Turn them loose. Have faith, confidence, and belief that you are blessed with healing hands, yet let them lead you like mine have led me. You will have opportunity. Now, don't take your hands for granted. Take care of them, because with your hands you will heal thousands and thousands of people and absolutely change the lives of thousands more. May your hands have a direct connection with innate, and may your hands be warm with the healing powers of the universal intelligence. Now, Palmer College has provided you a great education, a great experience, and your hands have the big idea. Now, in conclusion, your hands are God's gift to you. And what you do with your hands is your gift back to God. Have a safe and happy day. God bless you.
Students who earn a Bachelor of Science degree from Palmer College must complete 120 semester hours. 30 of these hours may come from basic science curriculum taken in the Doctor of Chiropractic program. Dr. Marchiori, upon the recommendation of the Dean, Faculty, and Academic Standing Committee of Palmer College of Chiropractic, it gives me pleasure to present those candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the granting of the degree Bachelor of Science. The Bachelor of Science degree is awarded in General Science. The candidates will be introduced by Mr. Craig Miko, Associate Professor in Life Sciences.
Please stand as your name is read. Vincenzo Angelilli. Bryce Cleve Brindley. Anthony Daniel Eckert. Hannah Bree June Gothan. Lindsay Marie Jim. David Joseph Gray. John Trevor Griswold. Alicia Sophia Hanford. Evan Coonan. Mallory Ann Lehman. Emily Elizabeth Marriott. Colin R. McCullough. Jennifer Mullally. Justin Otto. Jennifer Marie Rand. Colin Joseph Schultz. Lucas James Showerman. Hannah Christine Stays. Roberto Ulloa Jr. Michael Wood.
Good morning. Candidates, on behalf of the faculty and the trustees of Palmer College of Chiropractic, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the laws of the state of Iowa, I do hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science. Congratulations to all of you. You may be seated. Palmer has been a not-for-profit organization since 1965. The fiduciary oversight of this organization in its totality of this campus and our branch campuses in San Jose and Port Orange, Florida, that oversight is provided by our Board of Trustees. These are volunteer members. It's unpaid positions that meet 4 times a year and go over the agendas of this organization, give direction to the administration, the faculty, and the staff to direct the programs that we have, our academic programs, our research programs, our fundraising programs, and all that make our mission complete. In addition to gathering for today's celebration of the academic achievements of these folks in front of us, it's also a pleasure, it's a true honor for me to honor one of our trustees, one of our past trustees with an award of Trustee Emeritus. Now, to be nominated for Trustee Emeritus, the candidates must have a minimum of 10 years of successful service as a member of the Board of Trustees, having demonstrated loyalty to Palmer by supporting our mission, our vision, and our values. And it truly is a great honor to celebrate today's commencement speaker, Dr. Barry McAlpine, with this award. Barry has had the opportunity to serve Palmer for a number of years. You heard his bio a few minutes ago, and his exemplary career includes some outstanding achievements. During his decades of service to Palmer College, Barry has generously given of his wisdom, his time, his treasures to richly enhance Palmer and continue our legacy of excellence in chiropractic. So on behalf of the Executive Administration, the Board of Trustees, we are delighted to award this distinguished Trustee Emeritus symbol to Dr. McAlpine. The symbol is a badge that will be worn proudly on all Palmer events on his blazer. Barry, please join me at the podium. Let's get a photo. I'll take this out so it doesn't sheen. Now, I know we just went through his bio, but if I had this curriculum vitae, I would make T-shirts. I would force everybody in my family to wear it 24/7. I would make a huge bumper sticker like those, first-time drivers kind of bumper stickers, like a full sign on the back of my car with these kinds of accomplishments. Probably even have a couple of billboards out in front of the house. But Barry, please step forward so they can see you in the light. I want to make sure that we go through the highlights of this man's career. A 1971 graduate of Palmer College, 13 years on a board of trustees, 13 years. Most of those years serving as chair of our advancement committee, that is fundraising and alumni relations. Outstanding alumni relations, not only for the Palmer community, but for the state of Michigan. His leadership in the state of Michigan, one of the strongest state organizations in the country for chiropractic, is based on his and others that have fought for our political power, our clinical prowess, and all of the advantages that today's graduates headed to Michigan will enjoy. They may not know how they achieved this status, but I want to make the connection that it's folks like this that have done so much for us. Chiropractic leadership, 40 years in practice. And Kim McAlpine, please stand. I see Kim right here on the corner. Kim, who deserves so much of the credit, Kim. Thank you. One of our graduates, Ann McAlpine, their daughter. Another graduate, Brad McAlpine, BJ McAlpine, their son, now practicing, both of them in Michigan and with your practice that you had. So it's outstanding to see all that he has accomplished in the profession, but I also want to make sure that we note that this man is probably the most accomplished Vietnam War veteran any of us will ever know. Just think about it. An Air Medal with 2 oak leaf clusters, a Bronze Star, 2 Silver Stars, 3 Purple Hearts for his service in Vietnam. Congratulations, Barry, to all that you've done. Palmer College recognizes several college awards for service internally to the program that celebrate our science, art, and philosophy on which this profession was founded right here at the Fountainhead and continue to develop. Our first award will be presented by Dr. Ron Besch, Executive Dean of Clinics. Dr. Besch.
The Clinical Excellence Award is presented by the college each trimester by the Department of Clinics to a graduating doctor who has demonstrated superior quality of service to patients. Clinic faculty recommend these candidates for the award. The Clinical Excellence Award Committee members make their selection based on quality of care, leadership potential, performance of knowledge and skills, service to the patients, and dedication to the profession. Today's award recipient, Claire Elizabeth Christensen, is from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Prior to enrolling at Palmer, she completed her bachelor's degree in exercise science from the University of Iowa. While at Palmer, Claire served as a past tutor in diagnostic imaging and the gross anatomy labs and was a radiology intern. Following graduation, she plans to open a family practice in Cedar Rapids. Claire, please approach the stage to be recognized and receive your award. Please welcome
Dr. Chad Hagan to the podium to introduce the Virgil V. Strang Philosophy Award nominees.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Chad Hagan, and I'm honored to present the Virgil V. Strang Philosophy Award, named in honor of Palmer's 7th president and chiropractic philosopher, anatomist, teacher, humanitarian, and practitioner who exemplified the philosophy, commitment, passion, logic, and reasoning of the practice of chiropractic. Recipients are nominated by faculty and their peers in the graduating class and selected by a faculty committee. Will the nominees for this award please rise and be recognized as your name is read? Kayla Lynn Borgen. Good. Brooke Marie DeRain. Joseph Palmer Salomon. Michael Wood. Brittany M. Zeller. Nominees, you may be seated. The Class 222 Virgil V. Strang Philosophy Award winner graduated from Aurora University, majoring in health sciences and minoring in psychology, physiology, and chemistry. While at Palmer, she served as radiology intern and as a teaching assistant in the physical diagnosis, gross anatomy, and spinal anatomy, and was the president of the Student International Chiropractic Association. At this time, I would like to award our winner, Kayla Borgman, to come forward and receive your Virgil V. Strang Philosophy Award.
The Academic Excellence Awards are presented to members of the graduating class who have displayed the highest level of academic achievement by earning Dean's List honors every term while at Palmer. The candidates will be introduced by Mr. Craig Miko, Associate Professor of Life Sciences. Will the recipients for this honor please present themselves?
Kayla Lynn Borgen. Adam Gary Dwayne Fox. Jennifer Mulally. Allison Marie Rand. Eliza Schwenker. Lucas James Showerman. J.D. Simpson.
Congratulations to all of you. The salutatorian for Class 22-2 is Lucas Schauerman. Lucas is from Stockbridge, Michigan. Prior to Palmer, he earned an associate's degree from Olivet Lansing Community College. He was also awarded a bachelor's degree from Palmer College earlier in today's ceremony. During his time at Palmer College, Lucas enjoyed participating in the Upper Cervical Club and spending time in Palmer's Fitness Center. After graduation, Lucas plans to work as an associate in Chelsea, Michigan, before opening his own practice. Lucas, please come forward to receive your award. The highest level of academic achievement is a criterion for designating class valedictorian. Unbelievably, Class 22-2 has 4 valedictorians. We don't see that. Maybe once, but it's very unusual to have 4 people with perfect 4.0s, not achieving anything less than an A in every one of the classes. Imagine that, 3 and a third years, all that goes on, all that's been going on in the last 3 or 4 years, and they continue to have that kind of a record of excellence. To imagine it happening once is unbelievable. To have 4 of them in the same cohort is truly astounding. I'd like to introduce all 4 of them and then bring them to the stage to receive their awards. We'll take individual photos, a group photo, and then we'll hear from each of them for a speech. Our first is Adam Fox from Owine, Iowa. Prior to Palmer, he earned a bachelor's degree in biology from the University of Northern Iowa. While at Palmer, Adam served as a tutor for Spinal Anatomy Lab, and when he wasn't busy studying or working, he enjoyed exercising and recreation. Following graduation, Adam plans his career in Northeast Iowa as an associate doctor in a family practice there. Our second is Jennifer Mullally. She's from Poland, Ohio. Prior to Palmer, she attended Youngstown State University. She was awarded her bachelor's degree earlier in this ceremony. While at Palmer, Jennifer was actively involved in both the Forward Thinking Chiropractic Club, the Pediatrics Club, and was a member of Palmer's Spinal Tap dance team. She recently completed an internship in Indianapolis VA Hospital Brownsburg Clinic. Following graduation, Jennifer plans to start a practice of her own in her native state of Ohio. Our third, Eliza Schwenker, is from Maquoketa, Iowa. Prior to Palmer, she completed a bachelor's degree from the University of Northern Iowa with a major in psychology and a minor in biology. While at Palmer, Eliza was actively involved in student council, holding different positions of leadership in that organization and others. She was a past tutor for biochemistry and an intern in our radiology department. Following graduation, Eliza plans to work as an associate doctor here in Davenport. Our fourth, J.D. Simpson, is from Sheridan, Wyoming. Prior to attending Palmer, J.D. earned an Associate of Applied Science degree from Laramie Community College, followed by continuing his education and receiving a bachelor's degree in Wildlife and Fisheries Biology and Management from the University of Wyoming. While at Palmer, J.D. was especially thankful for all his classmates' support and mostly that of his wife, Laura, who not only supported and helped him achieve academically as they raised their 3 children. So a very busy household. Following graduation, J.D. plans to open a practice in Laramie, Wyoming. Adam, Jennifer, Eliza, and J.D., please come forward to receive your awards. And we have to get a group shot, too. Lean your plaques out so the light doesn't sheen off. Folks are valedictorians. Each valedictorian will now address the assembly.
What's going on, guys? So I'm just gonna start by saying the only time I've ever really been in front of a crowd like this was at a bodybuilding show where I was wearing essentially a man-thong half the time. So there's no way this is that bad, even though I didn't have to talk there. So I don't know, maybe. I'm just gonna talk about myself a little bit here, not just because I just want to talk about myself, but just for a couple different reasons. First thing is I just want to share some of my strengths and weaknesses, because I know a lot of you can relate to that, and maybe you'll learn a little bit. Other thing is, I feel like a lot of you just really don't know me that well, just because of how I am. And what I mean by this is yeah, you've seen my face and all that, my various lengths of hair over the years, but that's about it. Very few of you really know me, and even my family, because I'm just a very closed off person a lot of time. So I'm just gonna start by saying I have kind of a love-hate relationship with myself. Certain things I love about myself, and everybody should love themselves, love things about themselves, so that's great. But there's also some things I really don't like about myself. One thing that I love about myself is one of my strengths. I kind of call this a Spartan mentality. Basically when I'm in a situation, when I'm under a lot of pressure, and I have to do something, I literally make myself do it. And I don't say that lightly, I make myself do it no matter what. A great example of this is test taking skills and my study habits. So I have terrible study habits. I procrastinate all the time, but I'm standing here right now. So how do I do that? Once I get the pressure on me of I know I have to take this test and do it, I sit down and I make myself do it and make myself know the material. And it works every time. It really just boils down to having confidence in yourself and having really no doubts whatsoever in your ability. So I'm here right now giving this speech, like I said. I want to thank my brother Alex, because when I think about my strengths, there's other ones, but I obviously can't talk about other stuff right now. I don't have that much time. I think about him because he's really helped bring out that side of me. But he also gave me a call yesterday. He asked about my graduation. And this is where I want to talk about my weaknesses a little bit. So he was the first person in my family that I even told about being a valedictorian. And it's not because I want to make it a surprise. It's because I really don't have any tendency to seek any appraisal or anything for anything that I ever do. Even myself. And don't get me wrong, it's good to have some humility and not, seek appraisal for stuff. But when you really don't seek any appreciation or anything from anything that you do, it kind of leads to an unfulfilling life. And motivation gets harder and harder to come by. So, if it wasn't for my brother giving me that call, I actually wouldn't have given this speech. I would have said about a 20-second speech where I said thank you and congratulations. No, I'm not kidding, I was going to do that. But I told him I was going to do that, and he said to me, he's like, why would you do that, man? It is your time. Go up there and say something to them, but just be real about it. Thank you, Alex. So guys, don't be like me. You're becoming doctors today. That is a huge achievement, and get all the appraisal and love that you can get for it, because you definitely deserve it. Congratulations. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. March 4th, 2019 was the first time we sat together as a class at First Try orientation. So much knowledge, experience, and many adjustments have taken place since that time. We had to adjust to sitting in lectures from 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then going to the gross anatomy lab some nights. We had to adjust to taking technique and diagnosis classes where we got to be hands-on for the first time. We had to adjust to spending long days or nights in the clinic where we finally got to perform actual adjustments. The way to explain our education at Palmer was always described as drinking from a fire hose. I think we can all agree that's accurate. During our time as students, we took 186 exams, 392 quizzes, 66 practicals, and had 170 assignments. And that doesn't even include the 5 board exams and any electives or seminars we've taken during this time. A quote that helped me get through many years of my education is from Ralph Waldo Emerson. "Nothing is at last sacred but the integrity of your own mind." Now, to me, that doesn't mean being self-reliant 100% of the time, but knowing when to be confident in yourself and knowing when to search for help from others. I've learned so much from the professors and clinicians here at Palmer, but the people I've learned the most from are you, my fellow Class 222 students. I'm now honored to call each of you my colleagues. I cannot wait to see how you guys excel in this chiropractic profession. Mr. Mortar called us doctors every morning in spinal anatomy 3 years ago, and now it's finally feeling real. So now, on June 17th, 2022, the last time we sit together as Class 222, I'm so happy I get to say, congratulations, doctors.
The adrenaline is hitting the baby, and she is kicking me like crazy right now, so I will try to focus on this. A few weeks ago, I was speaking to a member of my healthcare team about some pregnancy difficulties. And she said, "Eliza, you just have to remember, this is temporary, but at the end you get to hold your baby forever." And over the past few weeks, I have been reflecting on the strange juxtaposition of temporary and permanent that we are experiencing right now. Our education at Palmer is over, but learning should be a lifelong adventure. The days of being graded on techniques and adjustments are done, thankfully, but actively practicing the art of chiropractic should last our entire careers and our lifetimes. Even the ceremony is temporary, but the loved ones who are here today to cheer us on and support us have been with us our entire education, our entire lives, and will continue to support us throughout our careers and as we move forward. On a personal note, I would like to thank my husband, Jacob, for being my absolute rock during my education at Palmer. And thank you for the greatest gift you have given me in the last 3 years, our daughters, Evelyn and Isla. I am especially grateful today to the people sitting in front of me. I am thankful to have temporarily called you classmates and to now permanently call you colleagues and doctors. Thank you.
Today marks the first day of our careers as doctors of chiropractic. I truly feel honored and blessed to be among you, class of 222. Congrats. Thank you to the professors and clinical instructors who personally invested in us. Specifically to me, thank you, Dr. Clark, for being the greatest mentor, and also to my precepting doctor, Dr. Stein in Windsor, Colorado. Thank you to all the family members who supported all of us on our journey. I want to give a special thanks to my wife, Laura. It hasn't just been my journey, it's been hers as well. Thank you for your support in moving our family over 1,000 miles for me to pursue my chiropractic education. And not only that, but unyielding belief in me each and every day. Classmates, as we look back on the past few years at Palmer, there are many memories that probably enter our minds. For instance, early morning study sessions, late night cadaver labs, memorizing hundreds of spinal anatomy terms, conquering Torgerud's neurology exams, and persevering through Dr. Firth's diagnostic imaging. But remember the excitement of entering clinic. Remember your first successful adjustments, and now look how far we've come. So exciting. But now I also want to focus our attention inwardly. Recall your motivation for pursuing a chiropractic education. Each one of us has a unique story. Poet Robert Frost wrote, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Any of us could have chosen a different path, but we chose chiropractic, and we chose it under the legacy and fountainhead of Palmer. 125 years ago, chiropractic education was established right here, and now thousands of doctors have stood in the same place as we are today. It was by strong convictions, bold determination, and a passion for serving others and helping people that made chiropractic not only survive, but thrive. And these things must be true for us as well. Now let's look at and open our minds and our eyes to what lies ahead for us. B.J. Palmer is quoted saying, "We never know how far-reaching something we may think, say, or do today will affect the lives of millions tomorrow." Now, to illustrate this, I want to share a short conversation I had with a past patient. She told me, "Chiropractic impacts me far beyond the adjusting room. You see, when I am functioning better, then my whole being just feels better, and this impacts all my relationships. I get adjusted because I know it makes me a better wife. It makes me a better employee, a better person. Never underestimate the great impact you have on a patient's life, JD. Classmates, never underestimate the impact that you have. As we impact our communities, we also shape the future of chiropractic. Maintain your principles. Doctor with integrity. Give credit to the incredible creator who designed that innate intelligence to self-heal, self-organize, and self-regulate through the nervous system. And protect your hands for a long career of adjustments. As doctors, we are now held to a higher standard in our communities. As chiropractors, there is no one else in the world that can do what we do." I'm going to finish with one more quote from Palmer. One last quote. For you have in your possession a sacred trust. Guard it well." Congrats.
Let's continue on. To receive a Doctor of Chiropractic degree from Palmer College of Chiropractic, students must complete a rigorous curriculum that is the equivalent of 5 academic years in 10 trimesters or 3 1/3 calendar years. There are 72 courses, 4,665 contact hours of instruction, in the curriculum required for graduation. Dr. Marchiori, upon the recommendation of the Dean, faculty, and the Academic Standing Committee, it is my pleasure to present those candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the granting of the degree Doctor of Chiropractic. The graduating doctors will be introduced to Dr. Marchiori by Mr. Craig Miko, Associate Professor in Life Sciences, and Dr. Rainier Pavlicek, Faculty Senate President. Dr. Marchiori will present the colors of the doctoral hood, signifying the candidate's success in completing the graduate program. Will the candidates please present themselves?
Kayla Lynn Borgen, Illinois, magna cum laude. Adam Gary Dwayne Fox, Iowa, summa cum laude. Jennifer Mullally, Ohio, summa cum laude. Allison Marie Rand, Wisconsin, magna cum laude. Eliza Schwenker, Iowa, summa cum laude. Lucas James Showerman, Michigan, summa cum laude. J.D. Simpson, Wyoming, summa cum laude. Vincenzo Angelilli, Ohio, magna cum laude. Alexis Marilyn Astor, Iowa. Brock Simon Baumgard, Minnesota. Samuel Joseph Brenneman, Pennsylvania. Bryce Gleave Brindley, Utah. Thomas Bion, Maryland. Claire Elizabeth Christensen, Iowa, magna cum laude. Jared Daler, Iowa, cum laude. Brooke Marie Durain, Wisconsin. Nancy Marie Dahl, Indiana. Benjamin John Dirac, Wisconsin.
Good luck to you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Anthony Daniel Eckert, Iowa. David Carville Egley, Iowa, magna cum laude. Stephanie Elizabeth Eworth, Florida. Samantha Lynn Finberg, Minnesota. Brett Allen Gardner, Pennsylvania. Kaylee Jordan Garlick, Pennsylvania. Lindsay Marie Jim, Iowa. David Joseph Gray, Iowa. John Trevor Griswold, Michigan. Alicia Sophia Hanford, Idaho, cum laude. Lucas Wayne Harkson, Iowa. Raymond Francis Harrison III, Ohio. Brian Hay Stewart, Virginia. Tanner Michael Hemer, Iowa, cum laude. Angelina Natasha Hyatt, New Hampshire. Jesse Ross Heenek, Iowa. Evan Coonan, Iowa, magna cum laude. Tyler J. Cruz, Iowa, magna cum laude. Matthew John Leahy, Illinois. Cody Lee Larson, Nebraska. Mallory Ann Lehman, Ohio. Emily Elizabeth Marriott, Iowa. Colin R. McCullough, Wisconsin. Justin Otto, Iowa, summa cum laude. Janet Elizabeth Pulvermacher, Illinois. Jennifer Marie Rand, Illinois. Joseph Palmer Salamo, New Jersey. Jens William Soderholm, Illinois. Daniel James Spacapanicha, Illinois. Hannah Christine Stays, Kansas. Boontong Toby Tepsumpan, Delaware. Jordan Lindsay Trainer, South Carolina. Roberto Uyawa Jr., Illinois. Michael Wood, Michigan. Brittany Mae Zeller, Michigan, cum laude.
The faculty of Palmer College of Chiropractic is praiseworthy for many reasons. Their responsibility is providing the best education possible to our students. Our faculty fulfill their mission with great distinction. I'd like to acknowledge how proud we are of each of them by having them stand for recognition. Will the most accomplished faculty in chiropractic please stand? Thank you. One of the members of the faculty that is not with us today is somebody that I want to certainly acknowledge. Dr. Dennis Lopez retired from our clinic faculty. He was a 1976 graduate. He spent 43 years on the clinical faculty at Palmer College, 46 years in clinical practice here in the Quad Cities. So we certainly miss all that he has done. And it's our tradition to recognize those faculty that have retired from their active employment here at Palmer and moved on to well-earned retirements. But there's two others that I'd like to recognize by breaking ranks from our tradition and recognizing them. They're not retiring, but Dr. Michelle and Ashley Drover, if you would stand for recognition of this assembly. Don't roll your eyes. Don't roll your eyes. That is earned and deserved. We will miss the two of you. Michelle and Ashley and little Remy are headed to another opportunity in clinical practice and private clinical practice, but they promise to stay close to the Palmer community and all of us that have certainly appreciated all that they've contributed over the years. So good luck to both of you. And as we near the end of today's ceremony, I definitely want to take a few minutes to thank all of the parents and family and friends that are in this hall today and all those that couldn't make the ceremony. Your names are not on the diploma. There's only one name there, but your support, your contributions are certainly recognized and appreciated by all of the graduates here. The late night phone calls and the times that you were there to support them when they were having trouble and to celebrate with them when they were having great success. We appreciate all that you've done, and especially to the fathers out there with Father's Day coming up, we appreciate all that you do and continue to do. Thank you, fathers. Graduates, it was around 12 years ago or so when I came into the current position I'm in, and Dr. McAlpine was in a board meeting, and I thought he was going to say, congratulations, welcome aboard, but he didn't do that, or maybe he did it in his own way, but he kind of stepped up to me as I was getting a cup of coffee and said, well, Mark Iori, we're about to find out if you're a workhorse or a show horse. And when he said it, it didn't sound like either option was equally desirable. He clearly was leaning on one. And Barry, I appreciate that. That was needed in those days. And certainly it's a comment that I would make to all of you is focus on the work, focus on the service, and focus on the challenges that you have. And much like my first day on the board and working with them as CEO, your first day here at Palmer 3.5 years ago, at orientation, I challenged all of you to learn as much as you possibly can from this faculty, from each other, and from our program generally about the science, art, and philosophy of chiropractic, because it's such a tough challenge to get all those skills to find your voice in chiropractic. And now we're on the other end of that threshold. You've now earned your degree that we will confirm in a few minutes, and that degree enables you to go out, to go forth, and to serve the public, to push the big idea of chiropractic in service of others. So we thank you for all that you have done as you leave us and how you've changed us. Many times we focus on you coming in as this blank slate and we fill you up with our knowledge and skills and so forth, but it's really gives a disservice to the bilateral nature of what goes on. You change us as much as we change you, so thank you for all that you've done in service and your commitment to improve our program, to improve the faculty, the staff, and the administration so that next cohorts of Palmer students continue to have more success and resources than we had before them. So thank you for all of that. And I would definitely give you the word of advice to stay connected to each other. It's tough, right? You're going to go onto your own path, and sometimes it's just easy. If you're not actively trying to stay connected, you won't stay connected. So go out there on your Facebook and Twitter and whatever you kids use now on your social media and stay active and stay connected and stay part of each other's lives and celebrations and be there to support one another when needed. And make sure you stay connected to this college. This college's strength, its greatest strength, is the life cycle of our graduates coming back and connecting to our program and enriching our program. So we want you to come back and connect to the students on this campus and our Florida and West campus as long as you possibly can and every opportunity that you can. So we look forward to following the continuation of your professional journey and look forward to all that is in your future, a very bright future. So students, please rise, and in accordance with the science, art, and philosophy of chiropractic and a consequence to your dedication to the restoration of sick to health, I request that you'll take and swear to the chiropractic oath. So please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and say your name, will adhere to the code of ethics espoused by the chiropractic profession. I will observe and practice professional conduct in relation with my patients, my colleagues, myself, and my profession. I will seek to preserve the integrity of my profession and help it grow in service to the benefit of all humanity. I will serve my patients to the best of my ability, violating neither their confidence nor their dignity. And in my association with these patients, I shall not violate that which is moral and right. I will provide regimen for the good of my patients according to my ability and my judgment. I will regard and refer to my fellow doctors with honor and dignity, giving credit for their dedication and commitment to the profession. I will continue to improve my knowledge and skill and be sincere in my resolution to justify the responsibility which this degree symbolizes and imposes. You may put your right hand down. On behalf of the faculty and the trustees of Palmer College of Chiropractic and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the laws of the state of Iowa, I do hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Chiropractic. In keeping with academic tradition, please move your tassel from the right to the left, turn and present yourself to the assembly.